Hey Geo students, I told you guys I would put up a video. I'm just really going to do one problem from the review worksheet because we hit some really good ones in class. I'm also going to do a second one that is from the surface area of pyramids and cones practice worksheet, which came before worksheet 1. So the first one I'm going to do is number 17 from your worksheet 2 tonight. And this problem is a composite figure. Okay, so it says find the surface area of the combined solid if the diameter is 20 and the height of the cone is 24, while the height of the of the cylinder is 15. So let's label what they gave us. First of all, they said that the diameter is 20. Okay, so that's the whole way across, which means the radius is only going to be half of that, making it 10. Okay, so then it says that the height of the cone is 24. Guys, it does not say slant height. It just says the regular height. Remember, regular height is straight up and down. That's 24. Okay, so we need to figure out the slant height because in a cone, we need to find the slant height for the formula. That's something we're going to do in a minute. First, let's label the height of the cylinder is 15. Okay, so guys, we are finding the surface area, which means we're finding all the outside pieces. There are several ways to do this, okay? I know in first and fourth period I do it one way, in sixth period I do it another way because the students in sixth prefer it a different way. I'm going to do it where I find both surface areas and then I subtract out two bases. Okay, the reason is because the bottom of the cone and the top of the cylinder both are not on the outside of this shape, so they're not on the surface. So my game plan, which I always like to make a game plan, is that I'm going to find the surface area of the cone. I'm going to add it to the surface area of the cylinder, and I'm going to subtract two bases. Okay, the bottom of the cone, top of the cylinder. All right, let's write our formulas. So the surface area of the cone is base plus half PL. The surface area of the cylinder is two bases plus perimeter times height, and we're still subtracting out the two bases. Now, I know I showed one of my classes that from this point, you guys might notice that here we have plus two bases, and here we have minus two bases. Those are going to cancel each other out, okay? Because if I have two bases and I subtract two bases, I'm left with nothing. So I'm going to cross those out now so that I don't have to do additional work. What does that mean? That means all I have to find is base plus 1/2 PL, I'm just writing my leftovers, plus pH of the cylinder, okay? So let's go for it. The base is pi r squared. Okay, so the radius is 10, so that's going to be pi times 10 squared, which is 100 pi. That's the base. Perimeter and slant height. So let's go ahead and find perimeter. Perimeter is the same thing as circumference, so 2 pi r, which is 2 times pi times my radius 10, 20 pi. Underneath that, let's go ahead and find the slant height, which is this L, you guys. All right, figuring out the slant height, which has this green segment right here, we need to use a right triangle. Typically, we are going to have a triple when we do this. And we do. Okay? This is a 5, 12, 13 triangle times 2. 5 times 2 gives me 10. 12 times 2 gives me 24. So take 13, multiply it by 2, and that's going to give me my outside piece, which is 26. My slant height is 26 in this case. Okay, so now I'm going to calculate the 1/2 PL. 1/2 my perimeter, 20 pi, that's what we got up here, times my slant height, 26. Okay, and half of 20 is 10, times 26 is 260 pi. That's the second part. Last part. Oops. All right, the last part, guys, is going to be the perimeter times the height. We already found the perimeter. It's 20 pi. It's not going to change. Okay, so 20 pi. The height of the cylinder is 15. Okay, because we're now finding the bottom, the cylinder part. So all we have to do is take 20 pi times 15, which is 300. So we get 300 pi. Awesome. Okay, now all we have to do is add up all of our pieces. 100 pi, 260 pi, 300 pi. Final answer, when I add up 100 plus 260 is 360 plus 300 equals 660 pi. And that's it. If you did it a different way and you did the surface area minus 2 bases, or you did lateral area plus a base, no matter what, you should get 660. All right, so again, that was it from worksheet 2. I do want to let you guys know from worksheet 2 that number 13 you don't have to do. If you did try it, that's great. You're not going to have to do 1/2 apothem times perimeter on the quiz. Okay, this one I picked only because there's a hexagon, and I just want to make sure that we're good with finding the surface area of any shape that has to do with a hexagon, whether it's a pyramid or prism. Okay, this is a pyramid. So as soon as I see that it's a pyramid, I'm going to write down my formula, B plus half PL. Okay, so I need to find my base, I need to find the perimeter, and I need to find the slant height. The base area is going to be 6 times s squared root 3 over 4. That's the area of a hexagon, guys. Now, as you can see, it has a base edge of 24. It says it has a lateral edge, okay, which is this piece right here, of 20. Okay. So going back to this, guys, we're going to have for my base 6 times s squared is going to be 24 squared root 3 over 4. Definitely going to be working with some big numbers here, guys. So when we square 24, we get 576. So 6 times 5, 76, root 3 over 4. And then we always want to check if we can divide the 576 by 4. And in this case, we can. Okay, 576 over 4 is 144. So we have 6 times 144 root 3. All right, so the next thing we want to do is see if we can multiply. Well, we always can multiply. 6 times 144, it's 864 root 3. That's my base. Oh, man, big number. It's all good. Okay, that's the base. Let's go to the perimeter next. Perimeter is a lot easier on a hexagon, guys. The perimeter is just the number of sides times the length. So there's 6 sides. Each side is 24 inches long. So we got 24 and we got times 6, which is going to be 144. Finally, slant height. Okay, Guys, they don't give me the slant height. Remember, the slant height is down the middle of the side of our pyramid, okay? So we don't know that, but we do know the lateral edge is 20. Okay, and we know that there's a right triangle here. We know the whole side down here is going to be 24, so let's divide that by 2. That's going to give me that bottom of the triangle. So now we have a hypotenuse of 20 and a bottom of 12. All right, so this is going to be a triple. It's a 3, 4, 5 times 4. 3 times 4 gives me 12. 5 times 4 gives me 20. So 4 times 4 is 16, and that sure is our slant height. Okay? Again, if you're not sure about that, we got to do Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so all we did was 12 squared plus x squared equals 20 squared, and we're going to get 16. My slant height is 16. Now we're done. We're ready to plug into our formula. Okay, formula is base plus 1/2 PL. So, and it's just, again, it's just asking for the surface area, so we don't have to find the lateral area. The base is 864 root 3, and then we're adding half of my perimeter, which is 144, times my slant height, 16. All right. This ends up being this green part, 1,152. And so we get 864 root 3 plus 1,152. And that's the answer. You can leave it like that. Again, this is from that practice worksheet before worksheet 1. The reason I chose this, you guys, is for an example on finding the slant height and also using the hexagon. Okay, so that's it. Good luck tonight. Study it up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.